welcome back to Open, everyone. Accent Dance NYC. It's a new arts initiative bringing diversity by way of dance to the New York City public schools. Led by a team of multicultural and multidisciplinary performance artists from US, Cuba, Spain, Colombia, Argentina, Haiti, and beyond, they've been able to leave an impact on the students of New York. And here now to share more, we welcome Accent Dance NYC founder and director, Andrea Ziegelman. Hello, hello, and thank you.
Thank you for having us. We're so excited to be here.
You know why I said thank you?
No.
I love dance. And I mean, I absolutely love dance. I think I close out every show dancing. Well, I dance every chance I get because dance is this hidden language of communication and where you really can't hide how you really feel.
That's true. We feel that that is the best way for children to express themselves, and it's universal. And so a lot of children can express themselves in other ways, verbal ways, and this is a way for every child to feel that they can express themselves.
And so Accent NYC, it had its inaugural year last year, right?
Yes, we're new. We're a new
in
initiative.
In New York, right?
Right, and we're focused a lot in the Bronx
Right.
to bring dance education performances and dance education to children in the Bronx. We feel this is an area that is particularly an area where we feel we can do a lot of good in the schools, and also we can collaborate with a lot of the wonderful arts organizations that you have here, and we started to do that. We're working with Casita Maria, and we're also working with the Poe Visitor Center. In fact, we're performing there this afternoon. So we've made a lot of new friends and feel very supported, and we're hoping to help the community here.
So what inspired you to put this together?
Well, I had a lot of exposure to dance when I was growing up in Michigan. I come from a family of musicians and dancers, and I felt that I had that experience and that it was really important for me to be able to give back to the community what I had as a child, and that every child should have the experience to have art in their life. And really, art is about the power and beauty of it. The power and beauty of that expression. And since I had it, I want to give that to other people.
Yeah, you know, it's a shame, right, that the DOE doesn't really grasp the importance of how that style of learning is also a contribution to every human being's development. It's a different style of learning, right? Which is why you've implemented these into the public schools. And so, coming from Detroit, and now working in the Bronx, where do you find the similarities and differences?
Well, they're really similar places in some ways. It's an urban culture, and there's a lot of music history in, as you know, in Detroit, Motown. I grew up with Motown, and I feel that the Bronx, too, has its own culture and music history, and it's a very rich cultural place. So there's sister cities as far as I'm concerned, so there's a connection that way. So I felt like bringing it to the Bronx was like bringing a piece of home here.
That's
so
awesome.
I feel that connection.
That's awesome, right? Because
Yeah.
it's its own language, right? And so
Yeah.
now we're talking about the language of body movement, and we're going to get a demonstration later. However, I want to know like how you create the dialogue and what's your process in dealing with like maybe somebody who's coming from a no dance experience.
Well, that's a good question. What we try to do is try and have the children feel that they have a way to creatively move. And so it starts with the idea that movement really is a language. And so if you put a movement sentence together, which can simply be two verbs, we tell the children, think of two words that just are movements, like slide and jump. And then they'll create a sort of a movement sentence, a juicy movement sentence doing that. And then they also get to see professional dancers do that alongside of it. So they mirror what those dancers are doing. And then they realize that they can communicate that way, and that makes them feel hopeful about their ability to communicate in other ways as well. So it starts with a very simple idea.
That's lovely. That's lovely. And so before we give everyone a taste, I understand you have artists that come from all parts of the world. So how does that work? Is there a rotation factor, and do you assign them to specific schools? And lastly, right, just so that we can kind of answer all of these questions together, how do you choose the schools, or do schools have to make arrangements with you? How does that work?
Well, we'll go anywhere.
Right, of course.
So we reach out to schools, and the schools that want us to come in, we volunteer to do a performance. So our first step is to perform professionally for them, and the performances are a lecture demonstration format. So we'll perform segments of ballet and hip hop and salsa, so the children see every type of dance style. And sometimes we'll put those styles together, like the piece you're going to see today, which is both ballet and hip hop, so the kids can see that. And if the school is interested in what we do, then we'll try and do a dance residency and work with the children on a weekly basis. And we're actually doing that right now at Casita Maria, although it's not in school, it's an after-school program. But we're working there every week with the kids.
Casita Maria is
Right.
a really huge cultural institution
Right.
here in the Bronx. So they're
we're
lovely.
thrilled.
They're a lovely institution to have a partnership with. And so the other question that I had asked was your teaching artists, because they come from different parts of the world, and they're also performers themselves. How do you do that? How do you work that rotation out? Is it according to assignment? Is it according to the storytelling style? I'm just curious.
Well, we work as a collaborative group, so nobody's in charge. We're all together deciding what works best. And somehow that process works really well with us, that nobody is sort of dictating to someone else. And we try and match the dancers with the school. So if there are a lot of students from the Hispanic community, then we'll try and have
Spanish-speaking dancer as well, and also a cultural,
right,
a
so
cultural
there's
relation.
connection.
Beautiful. And so
Right.
we're going to get a taste of a presentation. You want to set it up really quickly before we go to break?
Sure, that would be wonderful.
And
Thank
so
you.
what are we going to be witnessing today?
So today is going to be a piece that we do in the schools for the lecture demonstration. It's to music finesse, and it shows hip-hop dance next to ballet. So we have our ballet dancer, Elisa Torrefranque from Colombia, and our hip-hop dancer, Steven Vilsain from Haiti. And they do a piece showing the two styles together, and really I think, epitomizes how dance is about cultures coming together.
Beautiful.
And that people should come together. So dance is transformative and unifying, and we think that this piece represents that.
Lovely. Awesome.
So nice meeting you.
Here's
Thank
to
you.
unifying. Thank you, Andrea. And you
Okay.
guys, once again, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, members from Accent Dance NYC, they're going to perform for us and show us how to move unified. Don't go anywhere.